Hey everyone, I'm working to hit 1,000 subscribers and I need your help to get there. If you enjoy this content, please hit that subscribe button right now.
It's funny how quickly the temperature can drop in a city that lives and breathes baseball. One moment, the air is buzzing with possibilities, and the next, it feels like someone has opened a door in midwinter and let reality rush in. That's where Toronto finds itself right now. The news didn't arrive with fireworks or drama, but its impact has been seismic. Bichette is gone, wearing New York colors, and with him has gone more than just a bat or a glove. He's taken a piece of the Blue Jays' heartbeat. And suddenly, the front office isn't planning anymore. It's reacting. Greetings, Toronto Blue Jays fans. This is Liam, and today's conversation isn't wrapped in comfort or nostalgia. It's sharp, urgent, and unavoidably real. Losing Bichette to the Mets isn't just a line in transaction history. It's a vacuum in the clubhouse, a silence where leadership once spoke, and a crack in the identity of this team. For years, Bichette wasn't just a shortstop. He was a constant, a reference point, the guy you penciled in without thinking. Now that pencil hovers awkwardly above the page, and the organization has to decide how to write its next chapter. Before we go any further, and before the tension fully takes hold, let me pause for a second. If you value deep, honest Blue Jays conversation like this, take a moment to like the video, share it with a fellow fan, and subscribe to the Blue Jays Report. We're building this channel from the ground up, aiming for 2,000 subscribers, and every single one of you plays a part in keeping this level of detailed analysis alive. This isn't noise for noise's sake. This is for Jays fans who want substance. Now, let's deal with the truth as it stands. Bichette is gone. Kyle Tucker, the dream scenario, chose the bright lights of Los Angeles and the gravitational pull of the Dodgers. Two doors closed in quick succession. For some franchises, that would mean retreat, reassessment, and maybe a quiet acceptance of a transitional year. But Toronto doesn't have that luxury. Not with this roster. Not with this fan base. Not with a competitive window that refuses to wait patiently. And so, the compass swings east, landing firmly on St. Louis. In a league obsessed with stars and spectacle, the Blue Jays' attention has turned to something more subtle, more surgical. The name rising to the top isn't flashy, but it's compelling. Brendan Donovan. Say it slowly, because this isn't a consolation prize. This is a calculated pivot. Donovan doesn't arrive with the thunder of a blockbuster headline. He arrives like a master craftsman, tools in hand, ready to fix what's broken without making a show of it. At 29 years old, he represents a different kind of solution, one built on reliability, intelligence, and quiet excellence. This is a player who understands the spaces between positions, the moments between pitches, and the value of doing the small things relentlessly well. There's pedigree here, too, and it matters. An all-star in 2025. The first ever Gold Glove winner in the utility category back in 2022. That award wasn't a novelty, it was recognition of a new breed of player. Donovan doesn't just fill gaps. He erases them. He turns weaknesses into options and questions into answers. In a sport where rigid roles are slowly dissolving, he's the embodiment of modern baseball adaptability. The numbers, as always, tell their own story, and in Donovan's case, they speak with clarity. A .287 average last season, 10 home runs, 50 runs driven in. On paper, that might not stop traffic, but context gives it weight. This is sustained production, layered with consistency. An OPS hovering around .772 across his career. A cumulative WAR of 11.1. These aren't spikes. They're foundations. At the plate, Donovan is the kind of hitter pitchers dread quietly. A left-handed presence who doesn't chase shadows, who extends at-bats until mistakes are forced into the open. He doesn't swing for headlines. He swings for contact, for pressure, for erosion. Pitch by pitch, he wears you down. In October baseball, that matters more than raw power ever will. Defensively, he's a manager's dream and a coordinator's puzzle solved. Second base, third base, left field. He moves between them with a calm that suggests he's always belonged there. For Toronto, that versatility isn't a luxury. It's a necessity. With Bichette gone, balance has been lost, and Donovan offers a way to redistribute it without forcing square pegs into round holes. It's impossible not to see how he would slot into this roster. His impact would stretch beyond his own at-bats. He would free others, allow smoother rotations, reduce strain, and create options where there are currently only compromises. Compared to what Davis Schneider offers, Donovan represents an upgrade in flexibility and defensive certainty. He doesn't replace Bichette's star power, but he stabilizes what Bo's departure destabilized. And then there's the timeline, which is where this becomes truly intriguing. Donovan is under team control for 2 more seasons, through 2028. That's not a rental. That's a medium-term investment, one that aligns perfectly with Toronto's immediate postseason ambitions. This team doesn't need a placeholder. It needs someone who can contribute now and still matter when the calendar flips again. Of course, nothing comes without cost. St. Louis isn't in the business of charity, and the price is expected to be significant. Names like RJ Shrek surface in these conversations, prospects ranked comfortably within Toronto's top 10. It's the kind of trade that makes fans wince before nodding slowly in understanding. Winning, especially now, demands payment. Potential has value, but certainty wins games. This is where the emotional weight really settles in. Trading prospects feels like mortgaging the future, but failing to act risks wasting the present. The front office is staring at that familiar dilemma, only this time the margin for hesitation feels thinner than ever. After missing on Tucker and watching Bichette walk, standing still would send the wrong message entirely. Baseball, in moments like this, feels almost alive. The league watches. Rivals listen. Players notice. Every move whispers something about intent. Going after Brendan Donovan tells the world that Toronto is still serious, still pragmatic, still unwilling to drift quietly into mediocrity. Now let me bring this back to you, because this story doesn't belong solely to executives and analysts. It belongs to the fans who fill the stands and the comment sections. Is versatility enough? Can a Gold Glove utility man soften the ache of losing a franchise shortstop? Or does this represent a smarter evolution, a shift away from reliance on singular stars toward a more resilient structure? Before you answer that, and before we wrap this up, I want to remind you again to like, share, and subscribe to the Blue Jays Report. Hitting that 2,000 subscriber mark isn't just a number. It's proof that thoughtful Blue Jays conversation still has a home. Because whether Brendan Donovan becomes a Blue Jay or not, what we're witnessing right now is a franchise redefining itself in real time. The Bichette era has closed its book. The Kyle Tucker dream has faded into someone else's highlight reel. What comes next won't look the same, and maybe that's the point. This is Liam, bringing you the pulse of the Toronto Blue Jays as it beats through uncertainty, ambition, and hard decisions. Whatever happens next, we'll break it down together. Thank you for listening, thank you for being part of this community, and I'll see you in the next one.